So, Republican Senator from New Jersey, Kean Jr., is finally back after his unexplained absence of 4 months from the Senate, attending no votes, not being seen in public for 4 months. Ridiculous. Let's get right into it. Let's figure out why he was out of the Senate and what he plans to do going forward and if he's even coming back. So, yeah, New Jersey Republican Representative Kean Jr. disclosed Tuesday that he was being treated for depression during his unexplained 4 month absence from the House, suggesting in a brief floor speech that he remained silent about his condition until now because he is a very private person by nature. Understand that you're private by nature, but you're a public figure. You're one of the ultimate public figures, especially in the government. You're a senator. Um, you're a servant of the people. You have to be out in public to do your job. So let's be real here. Keane's reappearance came. Oh no, depression. Keane said, is physical. It is emotional, and until you experience it yourself, it is difficult to fully understand how powerful this illness can be. Listen, I completely agree. I understand depression can be powerful, but 4 months is excessive. It's excessive. And if you're going to be depressed for 4 months to the point where you can't carry out your duties as a senator, resign. Like really and truly resign. Like that's pretty ridiculous. But Keane's reappearance came weeks after his victory in an uncontested primary on June 2nd. Victory uncontested. Okay. And months after he last cast his vote in the House. His speech ended the silence on his condition, yet left questions unanswered. Keane said he first entered the hospital due to health concerns and underwent testing, but offered no further details as usual. After the speech, Keane left the Capitol quickly without answering questions from reporters. Now, this part is ridiculous. You've been gone from the public eye for 4 months. No one's seen you. No one's seen you. I actually talked to somebody and they said they thought this dude was in rehab, which, you know, it sounds plausible, allegedly. Well, they thought so. That's not even an accusation. But yeah, regardless, that's way too much. And to not answer any questions after being gone for 4 months, that's like, come on, like that's ridiculous. No way. Keane last voted in the House on March 5th. His absence had complicated matters for House Republican leaders who have been struggling to pass bills with their threadbare majority. Now, this is something that I shouldn't even be bringing attention to this, honestly, because he's been missing votes. So it helps, the kind of agenda I want to see pushed forward. But at the same time, this dude, he has a duty to the American people. The people that voted for him. I may not agree with those people, but still, this dude has a duty to those people. And this is dead wrong, and the fact that no one's really calling it out, I haven't really seen anyone call it out. Not even the Republican speaker, Mike Johnson. I haven't seen him call it out at all. So I found that pretty weird. Keene said he was diagnosed for depression, and doctors recommended that he remained in the hospital. Addressing his earlier statement that he expected to return to work in a matter of weeks, Keene said he believed that at the time, and it was his doctor's best estimate then. But as the over 48 million of my fellow Americans being treated for this illness have come to discover, there is no timeline for healing, Keene said. Very interesting, Mr. Keene. I wonder how you voted when it came to paid sick leave. Actually, we could look that up right now with sources, mind you. Let's look that up. And mind you, I looked this up beforehand and pulled up my sources, so everything's available. We don't have to waste any time. So Keene voted against the New Jersey Paid Sick Leave Act. Keene voted against A 1827, a bill that concerns earned sick leave to employees. A 1827 passed the Assembly 50 to 24 and passed the Senate 24-12. So it's still passed in spite of Mr. Keene, who can now take 4 months of sick leave from you, the taxpayer. But what do you, the taxpayer, get in return? Let's find out. The law required employees to provide 1 hour of sick leave for every 30 hours worked, with a maximum accumulation of up to 40 hours in a benefit year. So this dude is voting against 40 hours of paid sick leave in a benefit year while he takes 4 months of paid sick leave on your dime, you the taxpayer's dime. Does that sound fair? While you scramble for, what is that, 5 days, you scramble for 5 days, taxpayer, while this dude could take 4 months indefinitely, because we don't even know if he's back yet. He didn't answer any extra questions. He can take 4 months indefinitely, while you the taxpayer, you have to fight for 5 days. That is so ridiculous. The law permitted employees to carry over up to 40 hours of unused sick leave, with employers having the option to pay out the sick leave. So now you get to carry over those 40 hours if you don't use it to the next year. This is the type of stuff that he's fighting against. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. The law applied to all New Jersey businesses except for workers under a collective bargaining agreement and public employees that already had sick leave. No, it's not applying to him. Only 5 days. No, and then all this other stuff. Let's just get down to this next section. Kean voted twice against expanding paid family leave to 12 weeks. 2017. Kean voted against expanding the maximum total benefits for family leave insurance from 6 weeks to 12 weeks. So this dude right here, while he takes 4 months off from voting in the Senate, he's voting to not have your family leave insurance pay out maximum benefits for 12 weeks. He only wants you to get the shortest amount of time while he takes the most from you. It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous, bro. So ridiculous. 2019, Kean voted against expanding New Jersey's paid family leave program from 6 weeks to 12 weeks and raising the reimbursement cap to 85% of wages, so you could be reimbursed 85% of your wages while being on paid family leave. But yeah, this is just ridiculous. Just to give you a little bit of context, while he's asking for empathy, these are the things that he's voting for. This is the route that he's going. While he's asking for your empathy, while he's asking for your understanding, while he's not in the Senate, while he's not voting for so many months, how he's doing you, the taxpayer. Today I stand before you healthier, stronger, and excited to return to the work that I love. Yeah, you're healthier and stronger after that 4 months, I bet. While Americans can't get 5 days from you, you're healthier and stronger after 4 months. They can't get 5 days. You're fighting against 5 days while you take 4 months. Piece of shit. A second term lawmaker and a scion of a New Jersey political family. Okay, we got our nepotism here. Keene represents a battleground district that includes President Trump's Bedminster Golf Club. So what does Trump have to say about this, man? What does Trump have to say about this? This is ridiculous. What House Speaker says about Keene's return. Speaker Mike Johnson said he would leave it to Keene to decide whether his remarks Tuesday provided sufficient transparency. Sure. That's like what the cops, the cops holding themselves accountable. That's pretty much the same thing. He spoke to it. Johnson said it's his personal issue, and I thought the speech on the floor was well. I thought he explained it. Johnson said he had encouraged him all along to be as transparent as possible and was glad he finally has been. It's about time. It's been 4 months. You owe the people that at least 4 months. Jesus Christ. The mystery over Keene's absence had potential political implications given the competitive district he represents and the Republican Party's narrow control of the House. His office has said, and that's crazy that he could do all this and face no challenger in primaries. Ridiculous. His office has said that he is still running for re-election and is set to face Democratic nominee Rebecca Bennett. So this is the challenger to Tom Kean Jr., who's not even showing up for these votes, and the person who's voting against your paid sick leave while taking 4 months of paid sick leave. So Rebecca Bennett, a former Navy helicopter pilot, New Jersey's most high profile contest in November. Never really heard of her. I'm going to do my research on her after this video. Probably make a video on her also, so stay tuned for that. Democrats have targeted the district as a prime pickup opportunity, given that the seat has changed hands in the last two midterm elections. That's cool. Kean won in 2022 by defeating Democrat Tom Malinowski. I remember that dude, who had defeated Republican Leonard Lance in 2018. Johnson added Tuesday that he is confident Kean would be easily reelected in November. Why would you want a dude like this back? This is the problem with politics, bro. Why would you even want a dude like this back in the Senate? He's not showing up for 4 months. He's depressed and shit. Like, you should go handle that. You should go handle that. Not on the taxpayers' dime. You know, how many of us could be out of work for 4 months and we don't get fired? How many of us could do what the senator is doing right now? You tell me that. All while voting against paid sick leave. So he'll vote against it for you, but for him, that's perfectly fine. So for you, you only get 5 days. He gets 4 months. You know what I mean? And he's going to get reelected. He's going to get rewarded for being out for 4 months. All the while voting against these things, man, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Socialism for me, but not for thee. It's ridiculous. Absent from public view. Lawmakers vary in how transparent they are about extended absences. They should be a lot more. They should be a lot more transparent. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell, I mentioned this earlier in the video, the longest serving Senate leader in history, was hospitalized more than 2 weeks ago, and his office has released few details about his condition since. Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman, a Democrat, checked himself into Walter Reed National Military Medical Center for treatment for clinical depression weeks after being sworn into office in 2023. This shit is ridiculous. So ridiculous. Fetterman, who has dealt with the effects of a stroke he suffered in May 2022, disclosed the hospitalization the day after he was admitted. That I can respect. That I can respect. Transparency. But you get to hide behind your family, hide in your large house, hide in your mansion, hide with your, what, 50 million, $100 million net worth, mainly through trust funds. Don't know how many jobs you've worked in your life. You could hide from the people. But at least, as much shit as I have to talk about Fetterman, at least he's fucking transparent. you know? There are people who are suffering with depression in red counties, blue counties, Fetterman said in 2023 after a 6-week inpatient treatment. If you need help, please get help. Wow. I mean, understandable from Fetterman. Kean and House Republican leaders kept the public in the dark about his condition for months. He missed more than 100 House votes this year and was not seen publicly in Washington or his district. In Washington or his district. New York Representative Richie Torres, a Democrat who has spoken openly about living with depression, wrote on social media after Kean's remarks that he has deep sympathy for anyone struggling with mental illness. Isn't it crazy how Democrats have all this, or people on the left have all this empathy for people who are voting against paid sick leave, voting against maternity leave? You have all this empathy, but on the other side, they don't have empathy for the American people. Why do you extend this empathy to these people? Why are they able to take advantage of the systems that other people fight for? I support paid sick leave, but he doesn't, and he's taking all this time. I support the things that he doesn't, but he's taking advantage of it. There are certain things socially that I support that I don't take advantage of when I have the availability to take advantage of it. You know why? Because it doesn't align with me personally. So there are things that I support for other people that I won't even take advantage of because it doesn't align with me. But you could vote against people getting these programs, getting these things, and you can take advantage of them fully. You see how shit works, man? You see how shit works, man? And I feel like in the future, the left, you gotta fix certain things, man. Certain things like this you gotta fix. I feel like we extend too many things that we fight for to the people who fight against it actively. And there are many other instances that I can bring up where this example is valid, but I'll save that for another video. I'll save that for another video because I think we need to implement stronger background checks when it comes to who's taking advantage of certain programs. You understand what I'm saying? So, the example that I have that I want to give out in the future, it's very specific. Some of you may agree. I think it's a radical thought. I haven't seen anyone else present it yet, but I know a lot of people on the left would like this thought. So stay tuned for that video. But let's finish up with this. Richie Torres, Democrat. At the same time, public office carries a duty of transparency, Torres wrote. When a public official is absent for an extended period of time, the public has a right to an honest explanation. I agree. So yeah, we're gonna see how this goes, man. Hopefully he doesn't get reelected. This is what battleground district. So hopefully the challenger could beat this dude out because and even if this was a primary, because this dude should have gotten primaried, I would have said that. Even if he wasn't going up against the Democrat, I would say this dude deserves to be out because shit, even the people that I don't agree with, even the people that I disagree with, you deserve better of your representatives. Whoop-de-doo for me, that he's not showing up to vote. But at the same time, you as a tax-paying American citizen, you deserve better. You do.